Some might say I was ducking. I simply could. Hey, yesterday was tax day. I had to file my taxes. I couldn't make it in time to make a video yesterday, but I'm here now. And lo and behold, yesterday my phone ran out of battery because there were so many people hitting my line, trying to fry me, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. And all of a sudden today, my phone is at full battery percentage. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yes, I do why, boy. Yes, I do know why. Because you're going home trophyless. Yes, I'll get into the Barca game later, but I'll get into today's events first because those have made me happy today. Yes, Real Madrid lose to Bayern Munich. And what a tie that this was. And we all thought that the Madrid Juju magic was going to start going once again. Because, again, this game is very simple, y'all. We don't have to elaborate too much. It was the power of love and friendship. Y'all underestimated. I thought Bayern, had Dookie running down their legs again. But this time, there was just too much firepower this time. And strange things were happening once again to kick things off right off the bat. Neuer making a fool out of himself, handing the ball over to Arda Güler in a strange fashion, who takes his chance for goes and celebrates. Da da da. But luckily, the gift that keeps on giving, Lunin, makes another blunder for himself. He gets back there and somehow gets caught inside the goal, and it is 1-1. Things are going well for Bayern. Bayern's again on the front foot. But what happened? Once again, an imaginary foul by was it an imaginary foul by was it Lemire that on Brahim, who I guess felt a fly on his neck and just that boy fell down and he felt something. And then again, Neuer scoots. He doesn't dive. He scoots over to try and get that ball. But again, Arda Güler places it very well. Makes it 2-1 for Real Madrid. And then, what do we find ourselves with? Harry Kane. The game gets put in Bayern's favor after Harry Kane took his chance very well. Harry Kane, man. Take a bow. What a proper striker. Man, thank God Harry Kane left Tottenham. This kind of player deserves to be on a great team. He spent years rotting at Tottenham, spoiling, rotting, losing title after title after title, and now he plays for a team that is adequate to his talent as one of the best, if not the best striker in the world right now. What a finish. What the way he drops down, the way he changes, the way he drops back so far deep, sometimes even playing out the back, playing in the deep lying playmaker, switching the ball from end to end, pinging the ball. His long balls are marvelous. The way he's so shifty in the box, in tight spaces. Oh man, what a guy, what a strike. He scores and makes the game 2-2 once again. But just before we go on to halftime, Mbappe scores yet again, makes it 3-2 for Real Madrid, and we're led into halftime, and you're thinking, there's no way. Because if we've all seen the same game, and one thing, we all talk about Barcelona's highlight, da 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 da. Now, this style of play, right, gives an optical illusion, gives you an illusion that the opponent is threatening, that they have lots of chances, that the game's even. No, guys, this was an absolute domination by Bayern Munich. And the difference is that Real Madrid have played this way ever since the beginning of their history. Sit in a low block and accumulate quality with physical midfielders that can guide a counter and two speedsters down there. Whether it's Vinny or Mbappe, that's why they were so dangerous. If they have a more accurate day, they might get the job done. With the Jude Bellingham leading that physicality, getting on the ball, and winning duels, and then sending the ball forward. But whenever they have the ball in possession, they don't necessarily know what to do. When Bayern would finally fall into a bit of a mid block, it's the funniest thing seeing them sit there and awkwardly play. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. There's no strategy behind that. They don't know how to create numerical advantages. Vinny and Mbappe are confusing each other. There's no synergy. There's no authentic flow to them. Their stuff is anarchical football coming off of the counter. That's where they feel the most comfortable. And with the talent that these guys have, they're incredibly dangerous. We saw this today. We saw this today, y'all. But you look at some of those stats, it is insane. We're talking 68% possession for Bayern Munich, 21 shots. 21 shots. Absolutely smothered them compared to Real Madrid's 12. They smothered them. They battered them. The only bit of stretch where I truly felt that Real Madrid was somewhat on the front foot was maybe from the 45th to the 60th minute. A little cute little 15 minutes. It's cute. It's adorable. Wow. It's cute. It's very pretty. It's very gorgeous of y'all. But ultimately, y'all's foolishness is not enough. It's hilarious to me because you see them trying. And some of you settle to watch 38 league games of patheticness, of shambolic gameplay, of horrific output. And then now you guys want to in this 7 game tournament, this is where y'all want to turn up. This is where y'all want to show up. And if you flip the coin and it doesn't land on your choice, you're left trophyless. You're left trophyless with Mbappe for yet another season. After taking a team that had won the UCL and the league, you sit the best player in the world in Mbappe. And Mbappe ruins the synergy of the team. And you have fans sitting there twerking for him. Twerk, twerk, twerk. And you're met with this. It's always with Mbappe. It's always everyone else's fault. It's never his. At PSG, it was Neymar, it was Messi, it was Cavani, it was Tuchel, it was Galtier, it was Pochettino. Vitinha wasn't the Vitinha we see now. Dembele wasn't the Dembele we see now. Oh, Neymar was a problem. Mbappe wants to play off the left. He wants to play down the middle. Oh, it was good evening. It was Unai Emery's fault. This team, PSG doesn't observe Mbappe. I was the president's fault for calling him and pressuring. Oh, boo hoo, boo hoo. Oh, now it's Vinny. Vinny's trash. Vinny didn't win Madrid two Champions Leagues. Vinny's trash. He doesn't have any quality. This team lacks quality. Jude Bellingham doesn't know how to operate with them. Oh no, Mastantuono Rodrigo doesn't know how to play. Xabi Alonso didn't know what he was doing. Luis Enrique said it best. Luis Enrique said it best. Once he's gone, I will have complete and total control of my team, and we will play so much better. You either had to get rid of Vinny or get rid of Mbappe and buy a striker so that the other one can play as a reference off of a target man. Simple as that. That's been the formula that worked. You got rid of the little diamond formation where Bellingham was exceeding the best to slide Mbappe in there. Made a fool out of Rodrigo. And now, these are the consequences. I try to tell y'all. Read y'all like a book. I thought about Tomorrow, yesterday. But but Florentino's tantrum, he couldn't stand not being able to sign the man, and now look at you. It's pathetic. And yes, you might try to chat to me this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. This project is new to me for us. I had nothing to say about us because we were trash under the Bartomeu era. Even when we were winning leagues and all that, we were playing horrendous. But now we find ourselves with a new project that has those in white trembling, legs are shaking. Let's keep talking about the game, man. I'll get back. I'll get to the Atletico Madrid Barca review here in a bit. But y'all, what Michael Olise is one of the best players in the world, man. How good is he? How good is that goal? That fourth goal, my goodness. Popping that right off the post and then ending the game. Finisher. But his touches, his bits of magic, his body feints, the way he sends players off for a hot dog, man, this is why you watch football. Bayern Munich are a team that I admire so much. They play football. They play electric football. They score goals. They batter the opponent. They win their league year after year after year after year after year after year. Well, it's been 6 years since they've last won the Champions League, but man, their projects are consistently basing it off greatness. No one questions their greatness. Why? Because they built their basis off of utter domination in their league. Bow, 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 bow. They get a Champions League. Bow, bow, bow. They get a Champions League. Bow, bow, bow. Hit 2013, then boom. Again until 2027 year gap. Now it's been 6 years. Will it go this way, their way? I don't know. But they have a hell of a project right now. And yeah, let's as we keep talking about the game, what happens? Camavinga makes a fool out of himself. Tosses the ball. Boom. Got himself booked the second yellow. Go home. You foolish, foolish man. What are you doing? You're a grown man. I've heard so much discourse about Camavinga for this so long, and his IQs has never been there. The guy is not matured. He doesn't know what he is. Real Madrid have ruined that man. That guy was such a baller in the French league. He was a true holding mid, press resistant like crazy. All of a sudden, he got jacked and swole at Real Madrid and just became a physical box to box ambiguous player, even having some of his best performances at left back. But man, this is horrible, guys. This is a player that's been floating around the club for a while and still is undefined, has not made his way to the starting lineup. Great talent. But again, Real Madrid has not known how to extract his best game at all. His best moments have come from really anarchical times late in the Champions League to shake things up with overloading midfielders and forwards and whatnot. But a cohesive stretch throughout a period in the season, no, not at all. Not at all. And then from there, inevitable. What happens when you get a red? You're bound to get battered. Boom, Luis Diaz. Boom. Colombian magic. Deco is right. I'm trying to tell you, Deco is right. The man is a workhorse. The way he takes his chance, sure, it deflects off Militao. But it's his chance to take. And he takes it. He cuts in. He's daring. He attacks his man. He presses. He works hard. Great finish. And then Bayern on the front foot, and Michael Olise closes it off. And another trophyless season. 90% that the league is wrapped up, but we'll see. Wow. And that was that. Bayern Munich. For the love of the game, Bayern Munich. It's pathetic that Real Madrid were so close at some point to passing, because they're nowhere near Bayern Munich's level. They really aren't. This is a funny tournament. It rewards, certain mishaps from the referee, like that ghost of a foul on Brahim, and the emotional toll of a given moment where Bayern Munich fell into that, wobbly state. They didn't know what to do. They wanted to manage their lead, but weren't sure if to stay on the front foot. They get nervous. Upamecano gets shaky. Neuer gets shaky. And to think that this pathetic Madrid side that hasn't done anything all season was so close, just based off of the accumulation of counters. Also, mind you, the physicality and dual winners that Bayern Munich have, again with the high line. I don't see anyone criticizing Bayern Munich for the high line. We'll see if they end up winning the Champions League or not. I don't know if they will. That Bayern PSG, oh, that's gonna be so good for the footballing fan, pure footballist fan. Man, that is gonna be one for the ages. Some of the best sides we've seen. Luis Enrique versus this company side. Got y'all. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to enjoy ourselves. Let's get ready to enjoy ourselves. This is gonna be great. Now, moving on to the sour note, because we know where our main mess talkers come from. It's those in white. But luckily, you tucked in at home right now, upset, foolishly. Where did the season go wrong? I could tell you. We all know where it went wrong. The minute you signed the dictator. Simple as that. But for us, what happened yesterday? Like I said, I didn't make yesterday just because got caught up with life stuff. But obviously, I was livid. I was livid because once again, Barcelona were not allowed to compete. Barcelona defeated 2-1 Atletico Madrid in the away game of the UCL Champions League quarterfinal. And the game started off incredible for us. Very early on, we find Lamine after a Lenglet blunder. Lamine makes it 1-0. We're on the front foot. All things are hot. We're going. We have our chances. Lamine's creating. The lineup is very good, in my opinion. Ferran starting, Gavi off the left. Gavi putting in a shift of a lifetime. And we're off. We're off to the races. We're going. We're creating chances. And eventually we find ourselves with the Ferran chance. Ferran makes it 2-0. 2-0. And then we have all the momentum for us. And we're attacking. We're finding situations here and there. And then we have the situation where Fermin gets across and he heads the ball. Musso has an incredible save, but gets a gash on his face after getting cleated in the face by Musso. And we're stuck. We're stuck there for a while he gets patched up stitched, and that killed our entire momentum. That little break right there killed our entire momentum. Because after that, it was hard for us to get in rhythm once again. It was hard for us to build. Atleti had the chance to regroup and settle into the game, and the momentum kind of falls off from there. They find themselves with the 2-1 in a situation where Atleti have the ball, they're playing out the back, and the press isn't deployed properly. Cancelo gets caught in no man's land. Llorente initiates a third-man run as Gerard Martin's trying to shift over. Obviously, his main threat, he thinks, Giuliano. But as soon as he steps, Llorente's making that third-man run, catches Pedri flat-footed. Pedri has no chance to get in there because Llorente has all the inertial momentum of starting his run way before. And it's Eddie Garcia having to track back with Lookman running back at Kunde and 2-1 to Atletico de Madrid. And that takes us to halftime. We come back after halftime, and once again, we're on the front foot, but we're shaky. Pedri doesn't have his best day. Pedri is a bit shaky. He's not necessarily getting his he's erratic. Let's be honest. The past couple of games, he hasn't been his best, and we ran him to the ground. This season, we've run him to the ground. This guy, it's kind of like Kunde. We got used to excellence last season, and it only leads up to a point where the guy's fatigued. He's completely gassed. His defensive coverages have to be insane, and it's ridiculous the amount of work that we demand from him. We need to protect him more because he needs to be able to show up to this point in the season a hell of a lot more fresh. Because having a fried Pedri really hurt us, and that's kind of what, not directly, but he in Atletico Madrid's goal, it was his loss that eventually led up to their build up, and then them scoring on us. But Also, another person I want to talk about who had a shift. Gavi, Imperial, his second start of the season. After the length of the injury that he had, he was everywhere, man. Dominant, utter and completely dominant. I love the way we were playing with the starting lineup. I love the way that we were playing. Ferran was playing out of his mind, dropping back well, laying the ball off, being dangerous, runs in behind, scoring a terrific goal. Spectacular. I don't understand how you can't play like that week in and week out. And it's a mentality and attitude with him. It's literally a mentality and attitude thing with him. Because this is the level that Ferran should be at week in and week out if he put his mind to it. But he's so complacent during the season. He's so complacent. He's so nonchalant. He doesn't work. He doesn't press unless it's high stakes instances like this. And you simply cannot do that. You can't. That spot would have been yours wholeheartedly if you had played like that week in and week out. But you can't pick and choose your moments. You have to be like that consistently. Anyways, Lamine also again having a great game from the outside, knowing when to attack Ruggieri and when to not, because he's getting double, triple teamed at times. But Atleti start putting themselves in a pretty hefty low block. And then again, the star of the show, because Dani Olmo has a two-handed push on his back and nothing gets called, right? Eddie Garcia has an extremely similar push, no extension of the arm, but a light touch places his hand on the back of Sorlos. Sorlos trips up on himself, and again we find ourselves with the red card. And the reason I don't feel bad about this game at all is because, once again, I was not allowed to compete in this game. It's point blank period. I would have liked to see how this game played out. I would have liked to see how this game unfolded, but we were not allowed to compete once again because of the differences of criteria when it comes to referees against us. Why does Dani Olmo get pushed two-handed from behind, a light push at that, and doesn't get counted as a pen? But Eddie Garcia does a light push as well, and that's a pen. That's a Dog Zo's infraction, red. These are things that affect us and hurt us, guys. And why do I have to stand for that? Why? Why do I have to stand for that? It's ridiculous. It's insane. It's pathetic. And I can't wrap my mind around it. Granted, I already talked about it plenty in the post-match review for the first leg against Atletico Madrid. But we already hindered in the side. And for that to be a red card after you don't call it Dani Olmo, that's just an inconsistency that's intolerable. Our players are literally not allowed to make any sort of contact at all with forwards. And those, is it enough? Is it not enough? It always goes against us. It is. I would like to see how the team would compete, but I just can't judge them. It's pathetic. The referee has taken us out of this tie in both legs. Simple as that. Again, what can I say about this team? Yeah, I'm proud. It's the second year of this project. Those of you that start unloading on Pedri, pathetic. You're losers. You genuinely are. You genuinely are. Because that man has been performing week in and week out, time after time, making greatness the standard to the point where we run him down. We've run him down multiple times already in his career, jeopardizing his career. And some people still have the audacity. You know, what are we truly missing for this team? It's lack of depth. It's not a lack of quality. But whenever key pieces are like Rafinha or like a Pedri or Lamine, it is long for us, y'all. It is long. We don't have backups. We don't have ways to make up for it. We're essentially screwed. But this is where we're at. We haven't been allowed to purchase players. We haven't had the financial fair play to maneuver. And we're gonna have to get it right in the upcoming months. Like I've said, I would defend this project to the death. And for those of you that may get infatuated by others hating, well, these lot are going trophyless. We're winning a league and a Super Cup this year. Silverware isn't cheap. I promise y'all, it isn't. Silverware does not come around easy. It's all hard, and that's a major trophy. Like Zidane said, La Liga es la hostia. Because week in and week out for 38 weeks, you have been the best team in your country. In a country that includes Real Madrid, all high and mighty Real Madrid. Yeah, I'm gonna value that heavily, heavily. Lamine Yamal already has more La Liga titles than Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's be serious here, y'all. Let's be serious. We were taken out of this game, point blank. Period. Then this was on top of what already occurred in the first leg. But let's keep talking from a footballing perspective. When Rashford and Lewandowski came on, that honestly hurt us quite a bit. I personally wouldn't have taken off Ferran. Ferran was looking at his prime. He was playing his best game, and I don't think it was the smartest decision just yet to put in Lewandowski. I get it. I don't get it. Ferran was on fire. Forwards are streaky, and if you see a guy that's hot like that, that's so close to putting the ball in the back of the net, that's on fire, you leave him on. You keep the hot hand on at all costs. Fermin came off for Rashford. Rashford playing off the left. Rashford again. I'm sorry, but 30 mil, 14 mil net a season, that's just simply a huge no for me. We need someone with better 1v1 static dribbling ability that has understanding of our game, that's younger, that has room to develop. Rashford is pretty much a finished product, and what you see right now with him is what you get. And unfortunately, the drop off in quality is just too much, and I don't think he's just someone that can be relied on. That's a very expensive sub. Yeah. And do we have room? Yeah, we have depth needs, 100%. We could use another center back that's more physical, in my opinion. We could use uh, another midfielder. My pick would be Bernardo Silva to have that same Pedri profile to back him up. Um, and we need a striker. We need to get Lamine a proper striker. Shout out to Ferran, but the inconsistency and lack of dependency that he's shown, I just can't count on that. Lewandowski is aging. He's on his way out as well. Lamine deserves a proper striker. Lamine deserves a proper striker. And we're in the process of building that. Calma. Oh, everyone wants to argue with this is 11 years, this and that, man. I wasn't hearing none of that. And much love to that group of players. But when y'all love to hype up that PSG comeback, y'all love to hype up that PSG comeback. Because it was the Neymar, the Suarez, the Messi, of course. But when they were scratching their butt in training, 40-minute training sessions, not pressing, boom, Juve smacking you up the next round, making a fool out of you. Piqué there complaining, whining, and moaning about not being able to play out the back. Busquets saying that our tactical setup wasn't right, and seeing Luis Enrique booted out of here. But y'all want to get tough with Pedri. Y'all want to get tough with Gerard Martin. Y'all want to get tough with Eddie Garcia. Y'all want to get tough with Flick. A Flick that's taking this team to overperform over his capabilities. We're talking to Gerard Martin, reconverted from left back to center backs that used to play in the third division. We're talking to 19-year-old Cubarsí, a 31-year-old Cancelo. Koundé, reconverted to right back. Having to play in the midfield at times. Squeezing the life out of everything that Pedri's got. Gavi being out with injury. Pulling Marc Bernal once again. Raf, what? Sometimes you just don't have the personnel, and that's the point in time that we are right now. I've said it before, and I'll reiterate over and over and over again, y'all. Once we start spending 200 mil in transfer windows and paying all these high wages, I will be the first one complaining about this team. But you will not see me complaining about this team as long as the trend is in the right direction for this project. I love Lamine Yamal's attitude at the end of the game. Telling Gerard Martin, hey. Last year he came off crying. This season, he knows. His post, I loved it. He will deliver. He is 18. Yeah, everyone wants to make fun of him, this and that, because he's 18. Some men like Mbappe are pushing 30 and he still haven't even sniffed a UCL at all. Still have not sniffed a UCL. But you guys want to get demanding and harsh with the early 21-year-olds, the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds. But when it was Piqué, but when it was Neymar, when it was Suarez, when it was a Jordi Alba, no, everyone will stay quiet then, right? That Bartomeu era was some of the most disgusting stuff I saw. And from 20 from like 2017 to 2021, you did not see me complain one bit about the referees in the Champions League. Our exits were well warranted, but what's under Xavi, the group stage exit with Dumfries' hands and Çalhanoğlu's red card being forgiven, while Ansu Fati's handball gets given the same way, the same criteria, not being counted in our favor. The PSG exit, I didn't say anything either. Red card, last man dogs the zone, count it. But what's last season with Lamine Yamal's penalty inside the box, getting pushed out, Marciniak's performance, Acerbi's handball, Gerard Martin getting fouled by Dumfries there. This season, with this coque nonsense, Marco Bill palming the ball, and all this other stuff. No. My judgments will always be based around protecting the project. And we have a solid core group of players. And some people need to get in their heads. This project in its early stage, I don't see it as 11 years now in the Champions League. This is 2 years. This is a brand new project under Laporta. This is a rebuild, a complete revamp. And obviously, we have gaps in the squad and a need for depth. When we are able to spend that money, I will be judgmental of this team. Until then, I won't, especially when we're getting taken out by refereeing decisions. Absolutely not. But let's go win this league. That would be three in the last 4 years. Spectacular stuff. Lamine, you're going to have all these people twirling around your finger. It's going to be long for them because he's just 18. And if his mind is right and injuries respect him, boy, in 10 years he'll be 28. Deep that. In 10 years he'll be 28. All these players, they got a decade left yet in their careers, y'all. There will be plenty more to come. And the standards on that 18-year-old, you people making weird edits, that's borderline of crime. What you be doing with that man's edits? It's 18-year-old you're talking about. Y'all are grown men. Have some shame. I feel uncomfortable talking bad about it. Even when Endrick was playing, I was like, man, how am I gonna talk bad about a little kid? But he's held to different standards because he's the best in the world. He's going to deliver. I have full confidence in this team. I have full confidence in Flick. And whoever doesn't believe and whoever's infatuated with the Champions League, stop supporting. Maybe this isn't the club for you. Simple as that. Oh, you don't like the Masia kids? Sorry, that's one of the core values. Go find a team elsewhere. Promise you, this La Masia was here long before you. And it will be way after you. That's for certain. What I already told you. Stop being so pathetic. Stop being so desperate for the tournament. It'll come. Win trophies, stack trophies. Eventually, it'll fall your way, especially when the project is heading in the right direction. I'm hoping for a good summer, the upcoming summers, that we're able to continue to improve economically, and Lamine's going to deliver soon enough. Count it. Let me know what you guys made of both of these games in the comments, and see you guys next time.